everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I really wanted to talk today about grounding, cleansing, and protecting, how important it is, what it is, and really to just tap into how to achieve it. I just want to give that basis of everybody says, oh, you got to ground yourself, or oh, you need to be more grounded, but really, what does that mean, and how does that affect your life if you're not versus being grounded? So one of the things that I tell people every single day before you even open your eyes, you really should get into a ritual of grounding, cleansing, and protecting yourself and your energetic space. So I will share with you my personal way to ground. There's no right way or wrong way. This is really a guide. And I really want to explain grounding in and of itself. So grounding is really the essence of being connected to this planet, this dimension where we are now in this physical realm as human beings. So our higher consciousness is maybe floating around in other dimensions and is able to access those things, but the importance of maintaining in the experience, just staying a little bit into earth and the material world, that is the essence of grounding, to have that type of balance, to be tethered to this planet and also be able to have that higher consciousness, being able to access other dimensions and just intuition, really tapping into that. So the balance of being grounded. So the way that we can achieve grounding, very simple way, work barefoot. Just walk barefoot outside on the dirt. Another very, very simple, easy, quick way is to just imagine in your mind that your feet are planted inside of dirt, almost like roots of a tree. So you can picture, sometimes when I'm really not grounded and I go ahead and do that quick meditation to just imagine myself, I close my eyes, I imagine my feet being buried in dirt or sand or wherever, whatever I want. You can even dig through the cement, dig through the concrete and get into there and put your feet in and feel like, yes, I'm anchored. Sometimes I go right up to my neck. Sometimes it's just right up to my ankle. There's no right or wrong way. The process is to be just feel like you are one with this planet, as well as being able to have those higher conscious thoughts. So to start there with the grounding, that is what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to achieve that balance of being here and present in this physical dimension. So then the cleansing part, what are we even cleansing? Aura, energy, chakras, just anything negative, anything. My intention when I tell people to cleanse or teach them how, or even with myself, is that the intention should be to let go of what no longer serves your higher purpose. It just shouldn't linger around there anymore. It's not doing you any good, so let it go, and let it go with love. So really, to cleanse, there's a few ways again to do it. Right at the very end, I'll give you my special way, all in one, so that way you can kind of hear exactly what I do in my head, sometimes multiple times a day. One easy way is to imagine yourself or physically be in the shower. So you can be in the shower, or just imagine that either a bucket of white or golden yellow light, however it comes to you, you can picture that just being poured from source right onto you. So source being God, higher power, whatever you call it, whatever that one pure, loving source is that we originate from. Whatever that is to you, that's what I'm talking about. Tap into that. Get that loving light, which is why we call that all the time. You hear that all the time from different psychics or intuitives. Loving light, that white light. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about pure energy, beautiful, positive, pure energy. So take that in. It could be buckets. It could be sprinkled. It could look like a shower coming down on you. It doesn't matter. However it comes, let that come. So as it comes over your head, it's going to wash through and it's going to create all this light in and around you. So anything that's on you, it could look like soot or mud or muck or black powder, anything like that. It's just representative of negative energy or stagnant energy that doesn't serve you well, and it needs to go. So as this white light kind of comes down and penetrates both in and over, you go ahead and continue to let that go. Let all of that stuff wash right off of you until you feel like you are basked in that whole beautiful light that you just took down from above. Okay, so that's what we talk about when we're cleansing. The other thing that you could picture is just anything, just kind of coming off of you. You can even ask, please go ahead and remove anything that no longer serves me, or anything that's negative, anything that, doesn't belong with me anymore, I don't need to be connected to. And ask that goes. That's just another simple way of doing it. If you're not as visual, you could just kind of talk that way in your head or out loud. It really doesn't matter, whatever resonates best with you. So grounding, cleansing, now protecting. So you've done the work to ground. So you're with the earth, you're with this realm, you're with this dimension, you're here, you're in the human experience. Okay, great. So then you've cleansed everything that you've sucked in from other people or just have been emanating and taken it all in around you. And so you've cleansed that and you've let that go. And now you're pure loving light. So then you want to seal it and protect it. Okay, so how I do this, I picture a reflective material. So whether that's steel, aluminum, those types of things. That's what I mean. A reflective material, mirror, and bend reality a bit to make it like an egg or a bubble, if you will. So that way, anything that's looking at you, because you would be inside of this bubble, anything that's looking at you can only see themselves. They're not going to be able to see into your bubble. It's impenetrable. There's no way in. It's you in there with your loving light emanating out, but you're not accepting anything back in that is negative or ill will against you. So one of the ways that I do this is I do my egg. If I feel like I really need extra protection, like I'm going to a concert, I'm going into large crowds, and you've got a mix of energies that you don't want to take in. So you can actually picture fire, circle fire around it. You could build fences, you could build a castle, fort around it. You could have a moat. I love a good moat. You could build a moat. But the point is that you could layer it however much you feel you need. And it really is that multi-layering process that you'll find might not be what you need when you go to the beach or when you're going to do something fun with your family. You feel like, oh, all right, yeah, my egg is perfect today, or whatever you call it. Just imagine yourself, people call it a bubble. I like to call it an egg. Mine looks like an egg. I don't know. So grounding, cleansing, protecting. Perfect, right? That's why we do it. We want to feel balanced. We want to feel aligned. We want our chakras and our system to kind of be cleaned out and start fresh to make sure that we're not taking in anything that we don't need. Our soul really has higher purposes, and we want to stay focused on our path. And by being grounded in this moment, being present in this dimension, we're able to gain both. So yes, there is a goal to strip a little bit of ego, have a little bit of that higher vibration creeping in versus that lower level, just human ego, materialistic. Absolutely, we want to shed that. But the truth is that we need a little taste of that in balance to be able to maintain this human experience that is purposeful. So here is my spiel. This is how I personally ground, cleanse, and protect. And I did write it down, so you're going to have to excuse my eyes because I want to tell you exactly how I do it, because it does alter from me day to day, like I said, situationally. If I'm going to work or if I'm just going to be in traffic, sometimes I'll add in a little bit more if I feel it. You got to feel it. And if it says, hey, throw fire around it, you need a little extra today, just go with it. Nobody's going to know. Just go with it. If it feels right to you, do it. So here is what I send people. I send it to anybody that is willing to receive it and they want a little guidance as to do it. You can perfect it and take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. So when you wake up and you open your eyes, before anything else, imagine your feet within the soil. You can picture it in a garden or on a beach. So now your feet are in soil or sand. Now, from the bottom of your feet, big, thick, healthy, healing roots grow from your feet and penetrate through every layer of the earth, right to the core of Mother Earth itself. There is a crystal, a source. It could be anything. For me, it's a crystal and it changes colors. This is how I've been learning about crystals. I didn't know a lot about crystals until I just started seeing them in my head and I started to learn about them, and it made sense that I would see one and it would make sense with what I was feeling or the intention that I was trying to put out there that I needed grounding, cleansing, and protecting for in that particular moment. So it's very, it can be very revealing if you open yourself up to that. So here's this core, this crystal. And that represents the source and the power that is Mother Earth. Wrap those roots that came from your feet, that have grown from you all the way through those layers of the earth, and wrap them around that crystal. Now you send down all of that black soot that we talked about that could be in or around you, and just send it down with that basking, loving light coming over your head and just washing it all down. And you can send it right through the roots. And then you just ask that Mother Earth cleanse and send up all of that energy back to you with positive light. So Mother Earth absolutely has the ability to cleanse and kind of neutralize all of those energies and recharge them for this positive, loving light. So now you can have this loving light from source and also coming up from Mother Earth for great balance between higher dimensions and this one here. So through you, all the way to the top of your head, it comes up and down, up and down. And so that way you know it's a full cycle. It's flowing through you. At that time, you ask or call on source, God, whatever you like to call it. You go ahead and ask for that divine love and light to have cleansed your entire body through and through. Your whole aura, your whole energetic space, all of your consciousness just nice and cleaned out. And at this time, Mother Earth and you have grounded and fused together, if you will. So you're grounded with Mother Earth, you're connected to higher source, and now you've got that nice alignment and balance. So this is when you seal it. Once you're full and glowing of this wonderful light, this is how you seal it. So a protective bubble. So that way anything that anybody throws at you, like we said before, doesn't penetrate. It really just bounces back to them. And so if you are throwing circles of fire or making your fortress like we were discussing, you know, you can even do it with cement or multiple rings, multiple fences. You can throw in anything you want. The point is, do it so that way you feel like, yes, I feel completely protected from this, from anything else. So at this time, if you feel comfortable doing this, you can absolutely call on your spirit guides for assistance. They will come whenever you ask them to. Whenever you need them to, they will come. They are ready to help you, but they also know to not overstep and intervene, so that way it disrupts your learning and your growth. So they're at the ready and they're willing to be there for you at any point. Just call on them and ask them. And you can also step it up a notch by calling in Archangel Michael. He is absolutely he's such a protector of children, innocent souls, psychic abilities, you know, and he will come. He will absolutely come for you should you ask him to. And so there is a numbers type of a thing. You know, you could say it 3 times, you could say it as many as you want. It doesn't matter. But really, that numerology concept that has happened through the ages, it is real, you know. So I do tend to say it 3 times. And I say, Archangel Michael, please protect me energetically and physically now. Archangel Michael, please protect me energetically and physically now. Archangel Michael, please protect me energetically and physically now. The other thing that I add on, and this has been recent, you know, as you expand and as your higher consciousness kind of taps into a little bit more, I really felt like I needed to up my game. I really needed to be able to gain a little bit more. And so this is a friend actually helped me add this on, and I adapted it from her. I say, only those who come from the source, from a pure heart and completely positive space of the whitest light, I am open to hearing your messages, for I am truly protected. There is no negative shadows or ill will that can even perceive my existence. That right there was the key for me. Nothing of negative or ill will can even perceive my existence. That was the key factor that really made me feel like I put in a little piece of the puzzle that I was missing. So all in all, I really hope that this helped to even help you understand why we talk about grounding, why it is, what you feel like when you're not grounded. Well, what you feel like when you're not grounded could be really emotional, or taking in other people's emotions and not even yours. And you're like, I'm not mad. Why do I even feel mad right now? But somebody just came home and they're really mad. They're really angry. They had a bad day at work. You're taking in a lot that you don't realize. And without cleaning that out, I mean, we clean out anything else that filters things, right? So let's clean our filter. Let's make sure we're cleaned and cleansed, and then we protect that with good, positive intentions every single day. Just trying to do the best that we can to create the most healing for ourselves and for others. Connect to higher source, but also stay grounded and learn whatever we're supposed to learn in this experience. So I am really eager. I am so excited to share these things with you because these are things that I swear to you have changed my life. I don't know what I would have done without these types of techniques. And they keep building and expanding, and that's perfectly okay. So if you are interested at all, or if this resonated with you and you're like, wow, I'd really like to kind of perfect my own process of doing this, I am more than happy to talk with you and chat with you. I even have introductory sessions that are really easy. They're not very long. They're really inexpensive, really affordable, because this should be achievable by people. This should be accessible. It should not be a privilege to have energetic peace and peace of conscious mind. So that should be accessible for everybody. There has to be an exchange, but it really shouldn't be crazy. So I'm excited to be able to connect with you. If you want to learn more, I'm happy to get you set on your journey. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed watching.